Okay, so when we talk about the weight of sin here, somebody give me an idea of just a little thing you might do in your everyday life that might not quite be a good thing to do. John?
Steal cheese from your refrigerator.
Okay, we'll go steal cheese from your refrigerator. So, what we're going to start out with is we're going to say that's just a little sin here. Did your mom tell you not to take cheese out of the fridge?
Occasionally.
Okay. So John's mom said don't take cheese out of the fridge. Well, John sneaks in there and he grabs it. Shelby comes down right here, don't worry. So we're going to talk about the weight of sin here. So let's say Shelby was the one that did it and starts getting this little bit of pressure. Shelby, is that too heavy? Does it feel very heavy? Not so heavy. So that's the same thing, right? I mean, you do a little thing like that. Do you ever feel like you really did something really bad when you do that? I mean, heck, you took cheese out of the refrigerator, right? Anybody going to get in big trouble for that?
No.
And maybe if your mom found out, right? So,
maybe.
What's something else you might do? Anybody ever picked on another kid at school? That probably in there. So,
Good job.
Come on, Jake, come on. That's easy to do, right?
I did it.
No.
I did it.
How easy is that to do, right? You're there with your buddies and you just take a shot at somebody. Heck, we all do it, you know. So, did you really hurt anybody? And hey, no finger pointing. We'll get that on video. So, how easy is that to do, though? And do you really, I mean, you might feel bad afterwards, you might apologize, but you might not think you did a little bit of damage. But the problem is, the weight's getting a little bit heavier, right? Now you've stolen cheese. You've stolen cheese. Kaden, you may want to scoot over. You're going to get hit by books in a minute. You stole cheese. You might have made fun of somebody. Anybody ever told a little lie? How about this week? Anybody kind of stretch the truth a little bit?
Like
anybody want to share?
This weekend?
Yeah, just this weekend. You free for the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Heather told a little lie over the weekend. And it maybe didn't seem like that big of a lie, right? But the problem is, the weight kind of stacking up. Now you've stolen cheese. You made fun of a kid at school, and you told a lie about it. Okay. How about mom and dad told you to do something? Did they ever tell you to do stuff you don't want to do?
Yeah.
Heck, I tell my kids all the time to do stuff that they don't want to do. And what do you do when they're not looking?
Don't do it.
John, they say don't play your Nintendo DS so much. What do you do when they're not looking?
I don't have to. Don't play on Nintendo DS.
Sure.
It's in the car. No, it's in the car all the time.
That's harsh.
Yeah, I know. I'm only allowed to play like the way in Jupiter or Evansville.
If they say something, then they turn around and be like,
Exactly, yeah, you might sneer at them a little bit, so that's kind of a bad one here.
Oh, Harry Potter!
Yeah!
Start putting some Harry on there. So, Shelby, how are you feeling? Is this sin starting to feel a little bit heavier to you? And why is that? I mean, it's just a bunch of little stuff, didn't hurt anybody, right? Right? So Shelby's arms are getting tired here. So, how about another one? Anybody ever stolen anything? You don't have to share what. Remember, we are recording this, so if you don't want to get caught.
I took a piece of candy from someone else.
Tyler.
I wonder who.
What did you steal?
Ponytails when I was little.
Okay, well, okay. So that's just a little one. So
Did she steal stuff?
we'll put Heather's sin on here.
Dang.
I was thinking back to when I did when I was in high school. You know, I tried to always be a good kid, but one day during our recess, most of our buildings were they were all separate buildings, and most of the school we were outside all the time. You just go into the buildings. We were in California, and so me and my buddies one day we snuck out into the parking lot. And we had stole a kid's car keys out of but he was the biggest nerd in the school. Right? We stole his car keys. So all we were going to do was move his car all the way from the front of the parking lot way to the back of the parking lot. And so we were out there driving around. None of us had driver's licenses. We were out there driving around the parking lot. And the best part was he had a whole bunch of change in his console. So he won't miss that. We all needed a Coke, so we all grabbed some quarters. And we didn't really think nothing of it. So until we got a call in from the principal, and we got a little chat about that. So that was kind of a big deal. So the weight got a little bit heavier.
Oh, that was good.
Okay. So Shelby, how you feeling?
It's heavy.
Okay. So what do you think we're trying to say here? All these little things that don't really mean anything, right? I mean, nobody got hurt, but what's happening over here to Shelby?
It's like adding up.
Yeah, it's adding up, and it's starting to be a bad thing here. How about cheat on homework?
I don't do that.
I've copied off someone before.
Cheat on a test.
I did it once.
I did that one
Copied
time.
once.
One time.
It wasn't vicious.
People copy off me all the time.
We got a bunch of cheaters here. So.
Yeah, Shelby.
So now it's really adding up. So I was thinking back again when I was in high school, probably the same year I did that. We had anybody ever had a teacher that just gives you ridiculously hard tests?
Yes. Mr. Whitney.
Yes.
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 Don't use names, you're going to be on film.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think that. Doesn't it work like the high school? No.
So I remember, when I was a kid, when I was your guys, or about high school age, We had this teacher that would always give us hard tests. Nobody could pass them. So we actually set up a ring of cheating in the entire class. And we were the advanced placement honors class, right? We would distract the teacher. Somebody, hold still. Somebody would distract the teacher. We'd get him over in the corner and be talking to him. Somebody would walk by, open up his filing cabinet, keep walking. Somebody would walk by, grab a copy of the test. And every test we took that entire year, we had a copy of the test beforehand. So did that really hurt anybody by doing that?
No.
Got the A's, right?
It helped.
That was kind of a big one.
Don't.
So when I did this,
Oh, there's another Harry Potter one. Oh, yes, all the other
okay, I
Harry
need a couple more examples because she's still hanging in there.
Hold it. Here, I'll take care of it.
That weight's getting a little heavier.
Put it back on there, Josh.
Jam it down.
And let's say, you're an example, so let's say Shelby just keeps right on singing.
Good job, Shelby.
So now everybody stand here and we'll watch Shelby.
Ow! John, that hurts.
We're taking Harry Potter behaving.
Kick her in the leg. She'll go.
So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. You keep holding those for us.
I can't.
John, you might move your drink. So I found a Bible verse. Bible verse.
Don't do it.
So there's the example we're looking for. The weight of sin got so bad for Shelby that what happened?
She collapsed.
Exactly, she collapsed. So there's got to be a moral to the story other than a little bit of fun here. So what are all these little small things that we don't really think are really causing any trouble? What's that going to add up to? Besides sore arms. Okay, I'm going to have Kyle read a Bible verse for us to close it out here.
What Bible verse?
Okay, just anyone. Pick one.
Pick one.
Okay, we're going to have Kyle flip up to 1 John. Anybody ever read 1 John? This is a good one. You guys are kind of just starting out. You guys are young. You're trying to figure out this whole church thing and God thing and all that.
1 John?
1 John is great to read. It's pretty easy to understand compared to some of that.
I guess just there's John and
1
then
John chapter 2 verse 2.
chapter 2 verse 2.
So 1 John 2:2. Actually, read 1 and 2, Kyle, if you could.
My little children, I am writing these things to you so that you may not sin. But if anyone does sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ the righteous, and he is the atoning sacrifice for our sins, and not for ours, but also for the sins of the whole world.
Okay, that's a little tough to understand, but what's that saying? What did Jesus do for us?
He gave his life so that we could live.
Exactly. And you're right, that's right on the money. Good say your answer. But what it says is Jesus took the weight of everybody's sin on him. That was just the weight of the sins in this room that we were talking about that we did in the last couple of weeks, and look what happened to Shelby. Imagine Jesus took everybody's weight, the entire world, when he hung on that cross and had to hold on to that weight. That's pretty amazing.
My arms were
Exactly. That's a pretty big burden. So think about that next time you're ready to pick on somebody, you're ready to cheat on that test, you're ready to do any of these things we mentioned, and think about that a little bit about what he went through for you. So with that said, lasagna I think is upstairs. If you guys are ready, help yourselves, play some games, have a good time.
I'm saving the game.
Thank you, Shelby.
Yeah.
That far.